So let's start. Let's formally start our. What do you call it again? Okay, let's formally
Interview?
start our Free Talk Friday. I just call it Free Talk Friday because of the sound. It sounds so good. Free Talk and Friday. And unfortunately, it's not really a free talk. I can do it like that. I can make it a free talk. But I think it would be better if we have some questions that we have to follow. Yeah. So,
Sure.
everyone, please let us all welcome my good friend, Enzo!
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so I will not forget that anymore. Enzo, I think we should start with some of your personal introduction. I have some questions later that will tell us more about yourself. But for now, maybe we should start with how you describe yourself.
I've been cubing for about 7 years now, roughly.
Uh-huh.
I'm a physics student,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess like is all I get going for me. I currently don't work or anything, just a regular student.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can
And,
do
yeah.
a lot of researches, right? That's
Yes.
what I know about
Yes,
physics
that's
students.
correct.
Yeah. And why physics?
One of the very few subjects that I
Mhm.
wasn't horribly bad at school.
So you're good at math?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a requirement,
I hope
right?
you can call me good, but yes,
Uh-huh.
I do enjoy math as well.
Where did your parents get your name?
That's from a quite old movie. I don't recall the name,
Mm-hmm.
but it's something like a professional, what do you call it, diver? Like, he goes underwater for some weird stuff. I don't recall what.
So, a
And
movie about a diver? Is that it?
yes, I have never watched it. I just know from what they told me.
And the main
And-
character is Enzo. Is that it? Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Oh.
And as it turns out, I can't swim nowadays. So
I also can't swim. One of the things that I can't do that I really want to do is swimming, actually. What's your main, Enzo?
uh, I I don't even recall. I think it was a Valk 3.
When was the last time
Yeah,
you
I
bought a cube? Like, maybe 7 years ago? No.
Probably at least 2 years ago.
Okay, we know that you're a cuber. Aside from that, what are your other hobbies?
Yeah, I guess one of them is being a cuber.
Mhm.
I also enjoy playing video games, like just on the computer. I don't have any
Mhm.
actual like video game. I don't have a PlayStation or anything like that.
PC games.
Yes, exactly.
So aside from school, what else makes you busy?
WCA, I guess.
Does that really make you
Very.
busy?
Like not really busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes got a couple of stuff to do there.
Can you walk us through your ordinary day from the time you wake up until the time you go back to bed?
Sure. So I guess on an average day, when I'm having classes, I usually have classes the entire morning. They start at 8 a.m. and go as far as 12 a.m. usually. So yeah, just have a few classes in the morning. Sometimes I have one in the afternoon, but that's not really common. So just head back home, review a bunch of stuff I've had on that day.
Wow,
Just to make
you
sure
do
to, like-
that? You do? I never did that. Like review what I learned from from the same day.
Well, I should say like I don't spend like 4 hours just reviewing stuff. It's more like I just go over my notes and be like, okay, I roughly remember everything that they did in class. Like I have a rough understanding of, for now, all I should know.
Why did you start cubing, Enzo?
So I started cubing about 7 years ago. That was when another student from my class, he showed up actually learning how to solve one. He didn't know how to do it by himself. Like he had a bunch of notes on a paper he had to follow. He didn't know the algorithms yet. He still had to read them. And I didn't really care about it at the time. But then in just one day, another guy from my class learned how to solve the cube, and he like didn't need any notes or anything. So I was like, oh, like if he can do that, if in one day he can learn how to do that and not need any notes, not need anything, like
Uh-huh.
it can't be that hard, can it? Uh, and then it took me like 2 weeks to learn. So yes, it
Wow.
can be that
Mhm.
hard.
What are your cubing achievements?
So I guess my like achievements I'm most proud of
Mhm.
are I've got a single national record before. A single
Uh-huh.
in the sense that like one record, not that
E-
was it was two by
uh-huh.
two average.
Two by
It was
two
an average of
average. Yeah, yeah.
yes, 1.99 seconds.
Wow. How long did you hold
Wasn't
that record? Mhm.
2.5 years.
Wow. By the way, how does it feel to have a national record? Like, do you feel extra famous, or is just a written word somewhere and it has no meaning,
Uh,
something like that?
I don't think I felt like particularly famous for
Uh
that,
huh.
but it was like a really cool experience to hold a record, especially for that long.
Uh
You know,
huh.
like you see people all the time holding a record for only a couple months, maybe until someone breaks
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Some people are
So
just a
it
couple of
was
hours actually, or minutes.
yes, exactly. So I just love the
Uh-huh.
fact that it was once a single average that
Uh-huh.
lasted 2.5 years. That was really
Uh-huh.
cool. Some people knew that I was a NR holder,
Uh-huh.
but yes, your average cuber who was just starting to attend competition, they had no idea who I was.
How did you become fast at solving Rubik's Cube?
Yes, so I guess most of my improvement was between 2015 and 2017,
Mm-hmm.
2018, where I wasn't in high school yet back then. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess at that age you have quite a lot of free time,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have any other hobbies besides cubing. So I'll just do it pretty much all day. I'll just spend all day learning algorithms,
Uh-huh.
learning trying to learn new sort of method and all kind of stuff we could do. So I guess like for my first year or so of cubing, I didn't do like anything special. I would just uh look for whatever method people told me to learn
Mm-hmm.
and go with it, like learn and try to do a few solves. After that, since I started becoming more focused on being an all-rounder,
Mm-hmm.
uh well, when you got 17 events, you gotta practice. You can't really spend too much time on each of them.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, that's not gonna work.
Uh-huh.
So I'd usually look for a method that like wasn't like a beginner method, something that could get me like reasonably fast,
Mm-hmm.
but also that wasn't the most advanced method ever, because that would take too long to learn and master.
Why did you join WCA?
So I guess that was back in 2019 when I applied to the ethics committee.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, like I was starting to get a little busier. I was halfway through high school, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have as much free time as before.
Uh-huh.
Like still had a bunch, but still I couldn't
That's
queue
kind
as
of
much.
counterproductive. Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, it was just like I didn't have as much time as I wanted to practice the events. Like
Mm-hmm.
I still had all that hype to be an all-rounder,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you try to be as efficient as possible, it still takes a fair amount of time to practice 17
Yeah.
events. And well, I didn't have that much time. There were a few people,
Mm-hmm.
kids actually, not really
Uh-huh.
kids, but like 3 or 4 years younger than me,
Yeah. Mhm.
who
Kids.
were really catching up, and it was just getting really difficult to keep up with them without
Mhm.
spending like ridiculous amount of time to practicing.
True.
And yeah, so like I just felt, well, I'm not really sure if I want to keep practicing like to go for records and that kind of stuff, because it's getting
Uh-huh.
really hard to do that. I gotta
Uh-huh.
spend way too much time.
Uh-huh.
But
Mhm.
I'd still like to be involved with cubing in some way, because like I had already been cubing for 4 years back then. That was
Uh-huh.
something I really enjoyed, and I had always seen the call for applicants on the front page of the website on the previous years, but I never got around to actually
Mhm.
applying to anything. So they were like, I might as well check with what some of these teams do. And
Uh-huh.
then the WEC opened the period, and I checked and was like, Yeah, that sounds like something really cool. It really sounds like something I would enjoy doing, and it is well on the WEC. It is a kind of work that usually affects like it doesn't usually affect just one or two people. It often affects like an entire community or so,
Yeah.
because you're dealing with staff members.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it felt like I would still be involved in cubing, and I would still like I would be able to help a bunch of people with that. So I guess that's why I applied. Essentially, the association has a code of ethics that all of our staff members must abide by. It's kind of like of a sort of regulations, but that only applies to staff, which is saying like stuff that delegates aren't allowed to do. For instance, a delegate cannot disqualify somebody just because they dislike that person. That's not a valid reason for disqualification. And on the ethics committee, we are responsible for pretty much ensuring that all of the WCA staff abide by that. You know, like no one is doing any sort of shady business. Nobody's abusing their power in any way. And yeah, I guess like that's roughly what we're responsible for.
In short, if you have any complaints against your delegates or any WCA staff, contact Enzo or
Exactly.
WEC. Yeah.
Precisely that.
22. What is something you can't do but you wish you can? Oh, I have an answer.
Something I can't.
And
do,
I
but
think
I
I
wish
can guess your answer. I can guess your answer. Mm-hmm.
You can guess my answer. Oh, that's
Yeah, I'm going to guess it. I'm going to write it down. Mm-hmm. Where's my?
It's not swimming. If that's what you're thinking.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm not going to write it down.
I really wish I knew how to play the piano properly. I guess
Yeah. Same here. Same
like
here.
I kind of bought a keyboard. I haven't really touched much on it. But like even though I'm not gonna be like a professional pianist or anything like that, but it sounds really cool.
But you
It'd
can
be
play
awesome
some
to be
chords,
able-
right?
Yeah, like I know how to play some basic stuff. But,
Yeah.
You know, I still love to see those super fancy musics playing. You know.
Who are the famous cubers you've met and you want to meet?
Well, I guess so. Worlds 2015 was in Brazil. I didn't compete back then, but I did attend one day of the competition. So I guess I technically met Felix and some famous guys, like I mentioned, take pictures with them. But I guess like that was it. You know, I didn't talk with them or anything. I just took a few pictures there.
Yeah. Actually, I've met Leo several times and I didn't talk with Leo actually.
Famous cuber that I want to meet. Yes, that's a tough question. I guess.
I don't know if you're famous, but I want to meet you. Yeah, hopefully.
I wish I met you too. You're certainly.
Well, I'm not. I'm not. You know that.
You're probably more famous than I am.
It was at this moment that he
I don't know. I had.
Anyway, thank you so much for the sound effects.
I don't think there are any particular like fast cubers that I want to meet, but probably famous people that have in some sense contributed to the community. Like in South America, I guess the first person that comes to mind is Nathan. Not sure if you've heard of him. He used to be the senior delegate for Latin America.
What are your top 5 favorite websites?
Well, I guess YouTube. I just
YouTube?
watch it a lot. Yeah, YouTube. What else? Let me actually check my history. That's gonna help me a lot.
You don't remember? If they're your favorite, you should remember them, right?
Well, I don't really check a lot of websites, so. Well, I guess I do check. There's one called Plural Site. I do check it a lot because it's just like a site which has resources for learning. Yeah, I'll just type in chat what the name of that is.
That is so serious.
This is not paid promotion by any means. So,
Plural
but it's just like it's a website that has resources for coding stuff, like programming. Okay, what else? I don't. This Team count as website?
What? Which one?
It's Team, like the gaming platform.
Well, Steam is a website. Yes, they have an app and a website. Okay.
Jeez, this is hard. I wasn't expecting this to be so hard.
But just an
uh,
insert question: do you eat meat? Yes, I eat meat a lot. I love meat. Okay.
uh,
Number four.
and
Mhm.
I don't know. That's a really tough question. I don't know.
Really?
I guess
For
yes.
someone who often uses the computer, always surfing the internet, you don't have any favorite websites? Mhm.
Well, yeah, I didn't go to many websites in the
Yeah.
first place.
I think this guy has a favorite website. What is it? This
uh,
guy?
I don't know. Maybe Witch as well. I guess.
Okay,
And
we're going to add that for the sake of
uh,
being able to answer the
yeah,
question.
yeah, just for the sake that I have an answer.
And the last
And
one. Mhm.
oh, and probably something like I don't know Crunchyroll because I gotta watch anime there.
Do you pay for Crunchyroll? I mean, are you
No,
subscribed? Mhm. Oh,
no.
so you just watch the free stuff?
Yes,
Ah,
and
mhm,
I I'm not gonna say that I watch
mhm.
pirate stuff. Like
I
I
do.
definitely don't do that, but like it's some
Uh-huh.
really cool stuff. But
Uh-huh. Oh, this guy said Speed Cube Shop. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Have you ever been in trouble in school?
have I ever been in trouble?
Mhm. Like, have you
No,
done
but I
something
think
bad, or has anyone did something bad to you, or done something bad to you?
not really. I guess like the worst I had happened to me was that there
Mhm.
was this one time in class where I just fell asleep while the teacher was explaining. And like
Uh-huh.
it was it even was like a optional class. I
Uh-huh.
didn't even have to be there. I went there and like 10 minutes in, I just fell asleep,
Uh-huh.
and I slept for like not kidding. I slept for like a whole hour straight. I'm not even sure. Like I was really impressed by that. And then the
Um.
the school like
Uh-huh.
what do you call it, like the director of the school or so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somebody important there
Yeah.
showed up in the class, and they wanted to talk specifically with me, and I was like just way deep down in my dreams, like I was just really enjoying my sleep there, and it was just like I didn't get in trouble for it, but it was just an embarrassing situation that they went there to call me and I was just sleeping.
I think that counts as being in trouble, yeah. So let's go to our last question so that I can release you already. I've been holding you for almost 3 hours. I'm so
Don't worry about it.
sorry.
Don't
Yeah, I
worry, don't
really
worry.
owe you a lot. So here's the last question. Actually, it's not a difficult one. What life advice helped you in becoming what you are right now?
Okay, oh, that's deep. Okay, I wasn't expecting
Uh-huh.
that. What life
Yeah.
advice?
Because I know a lot of people that they just go by with one advice or one quote from someone they know, and they just try to live that every day. Live with that uh, kind of belief every day.
Uh, that's a tough one, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure from who I've heard that, but it's
Mhm.
just something that I essentially always have, like at the very least, at the back of my mind.
Mhm.
Uh, it's like I tend to look at how other people do stuff as
Mhm.
to get some sort of inspiration on how I
Mhm.
might try to do something similar. But
Mhm.
I always keep in mind that, I shouldn't be trying to do exactly as somebody else does, because
Mhm.
it doesn't mean like just because it works for one person, and it might even work for the majority of person, it might work for most
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
doesn't mean it's gonna be the best solution for
Uh
me
huh.
trying to do that same kind of stuff. Like I guess for instance, you could say, if I want to study a particular subject,
Mhm.
I don't like. I guess most people usually take like a bunch of notes. They will have like I see
Mhm.
people from my school and also university. They will leave class with like 5 or 6 pages of
Mhm.
notes,
Uh huh.
and I don't know. I guess that never really worked for me. I'll have like half a page, 1 page at most. If it was a
Uh-huh.
really difficult class, I'll have like 1 page of notes and that's it.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I
And
think if
I,
I
I
can
don't
summarize
be
that.
like Yeah, I didn't go like, oh, because everybody else takes a lot of notes and I must also increase. Like, hell, like,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't really work for me, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a good summary for that, but I think it's something like be inspired, but don't copy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you should not look, like, you shouldn't care at all for how other people, like, you should. Like, it's really good that you just take a look at how other people do stuff. You might learn from, you, like, let's say, help users to learn from that and to see ways in which you can improve the way you do your stuff.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't get too attached to, like, I have to do just like somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just look for inspiration, but don't, as I said, don't necessarily copy them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's a good ending for our very long Free Talk Friday. I'm very sorry. I've learned a lot. I'm gonna make sure that the next person will not have to suffer this long. I'm very sorry, Enzo. I didn't expect it to be like.
You don't have to worry.
I
That's
actually
fine.
decreased the number of questions from 50 to 30, but it's still long. I think it really
No,
depends on the person, depends on the topics. Yeah, and depends on how interesting the person is. So, anyway, I just want to read. Thank you so much, intro. I just want to read their answers. That's I was surprised. Oh, it's you who redeemed that. Anyway, a couple of answers from the viewers. Don't die, because if you die, you won't live anymore. That's a good one. It's always wise to admit when you don't know. Actually, that's also a really, really good one. Seriously, a good one, this guy. And yeah, we don't have... the other sound effects were not working? Let me just try.
Pikachu.
Oh yeah, it did work.
Pikachu.
Yeah, I think they were working just fine.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we have to end the stream. And so, thank you so much. Anything else you would like to say before we end the stream?
Just thank you for having me. You're just
No,
always
it's
nice
my
to
pleasure.
chat with you. So yeah, thank you very much for having me today.
Yeah. Anyway, intro, I think we're going to end the stream. I'm very sorry. Maybe we'll try that during a regular cubing stream. Hydrate. I've been drinking a lot of coffee. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. You made the stream really active. Intro, Mrise, we have IMDM, and this guy, you were here since the beginning of the stream. Thank you so much, this guy. Hopefully I can join you in your streams that long also. So guys, thank you so much. We're going to switch to the end credits. Hopefully it will work, and so we can end the Discord after that. Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much.